Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Gone off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth?
The State of the Union, the State of the Union, playing disease to be addictive. Still waters run deep, trace back those. Layer under layer, rebuild that. Amplify youth voice, please don't shoot. We want answers where everybody got cancer, but it stop tobacco, stop vaping on juice. The FDA proves that'll be that is true. We want answers for the process. Weed ain't right, why they ain't right? California say we dry, drop the land. Stop being evil, God would kill that land. Are we really in need, or is Greek the new need? I'ma tell you like somebody told me, stay away from the ways of the world. No cream, cause Castro will everything around me. Kids need juice like toxic juice, not
stuff to talk about. Say California, but don't let it discourage you from watching it, family. What goes on in California greatly affects what goes on in the country. We're going to talk about it. Y'all share this video for me if you can. If you care, please share.
Going off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Going off that sugar and full of that juice.
Just invite a couple people.
What are we teaching these youth?
Stop entertaining you, dresser in the court. You can make it up the hood and not play sports. Headphones on with the nonsense news now when they speak nonsense toys. I eat Compton with TJ Lofton. Richard, are you trying to teach them something? Education, gentrification, automation, hydro, that slave ship. True empowerment, I hope deferred over what's preferred. True spoken words. At your own pace, destroy the rat race. Slaves drag, don't play your face. Fantasy's what they want. Reality's what they need. Music changing lives, so luxury out the IE. So stop being blind and see right through. Connect with positive social groups. Find the cause that's important to you. Over sexualizing these youth. Lead from example, they watching you. Disappointed and they tired of being low and not having the right tools to make them grow. Because the parents don't know it. Yes, it shows.
Going off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Going off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth? Going off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Going off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth?
What's going on, fam? Give me a second, I'm loading up. Inviting folks out. We're going to share this to some other pages. We're going to talk about some things going on around the country, but specifically what's going on in California. We're going to talk about California right now, how it greatly is affecting. Mute. How it's greatly affecting what's going on around the country. So I hope y'all can see me. Instagram, we dark. Oh, I didn't put this banner in the way. Now it's blocking the light. Let me see if I can move it back. Oh, we don't want to put it there. But anyway, we'll get this party started in a half second. Give me a second here. Give me a second. Y'all share this video for me. I appreciate it if you can. If you can't, I understand. If you care, please share, family. We got to get this conversation started. There's a lot of things going on in the country. They're passing laws like, whoo, like never before. Most people ain't paying attention. They've been distracted by all this buffoonery. Most people being distracted by all this buffoonery. What am I looking for here? Give me 1 second here. Okay. Thought I switched that. Yes, I did. Okay, so you got it now, big brother. Elaine, how you doing, Queen? We're going to talk about California real estate. Something just passed. I was real estating today, and one of my people ran across this article. He's like, dude, look what this law just passed. You know, I teach. That's right, Queen. I appreciate that. You got to be ready. You got to write some stuff down. You know what I'm saying? Don't just let me talk about it. See, you into that real estate, so you understand the importance of the conversations that I do. Okay, what are we looking at here? What am I looking at? Okay, I'm back over here. So let me open this up.
Talk about it.
I didn't say start talking. Okay, so let me shrink this down. Y'all know I'm over here messing with this technology. YouTube, where you at? Do me a favor, y'all type in your city and state where you at, YouTube. I'll do this. Okay, here we go. Nope, I need you to go on in the corner. Y'all share this video for me. I appreciate it if y'all can. Give me one more second and I'll be ready to rock and roll. Who we got on YouTube? YouTube just says you have someone on here. Who we got on YouTube? Talk to me. Let me shrink this down a little more. Let's see here. Y'all know I'll be on some custom stuff over here. Just trying to get this thing going. That's all, y'all. I want to share this information with y'all. You know, see what we can come up with some stuff. We got some of our experts online. We got Miss Elaine on the line, y'all. Be out there real estating. All right, what's going on with California real estate now? California affects the rest of the country, family. Y'all got to know that. I just want y'all to really know that. California. Well, I don't know. No, we'll leave like this. Yes, here we go. All right, I got it now. California real estate affects the rest of the country and what's going on. So, wait a minute. I want to read the article. Where did that article go? Tell me I left it open. Woo. So let's talk about this. Oh man, did I really just do that? Oh, good, I got it back. Last week, the governor signed the housing trailer bill as part of the 2019-2020 budget. Significantly, the $1.7 billion package, AB 101, family, lock that in. AB 101 passed. PASSED. Passed, y'all. They ain't trying to pass it. It's already passed. This was on August the 7th. You know what I'm saying? I've been running around. This kind of slipped through the cracks on me. You know, I try to stay up on these laws. You know, a lot of people like to watch the Lakers and the football teams and the Raiders and the Rams and all that good stuff. But I like to watch some of these real estate laws. I'm not really concerned about all that other stuff. You know, a lot of things we got to be worried, we got to be concerned about. But real estate greatly affects us, family. So I follow these laws because I'm a builder. I'm a real estate guru guy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a speaker, so it's important that these things be talked about. So that's why I'm talking about it. So I'm going to dissect it for us. A lot of people see this and be like, oh, real estate, 25% more houses. They said they're going to give California 25% more houses. You like, I live in Georgia, I live in Louisiana, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Oh, well, forget California. So what? No, we can't say that. That affects us. South Carolina, North Carolina, DC, Maryland, this stuff affects us. Affects everybody. So let me finish. AB 101 passed the Assembly and the Senate unanimous. I can't even pronounce it. Unanimously. There we go. Unanimously, it passed strong bipartisan support for a carrots and sticks solution to the state's housing crisis. They say we having a housing crisis in California. Go figure. How are we having a housing crisis? You know why it's a housing? Let's talk about these words, family. Housing crisis. To me and you, that means we can't afford. That means you can't afford to find affordable housing. So they're calling it a crisis, which says we want to build more houses, right? That's what this is all about. They're having a crisis, so they're begging to let them build more houses. So they just passed a law saying that they can build 25% more houses in California. But here's the catch. They call it houses, but they just passed another law saying that they can't build no more residential houses. They have to build multifamily units in California. That's what they're really trying to put. That's the AB 50. They want to turn all those vacant lots, all those lots, all the existing lots into multifamily usage only in California. So we got to watch how they pass in one law, then they pass another law. It's like a domino effect. They got all these laws lined up, which opens the door for them to turn around and do real estate the way they want to do it. Carmen, how you doing? Thomas, how you doing? So anyway, let me keep reading. AB 101 passed. Assemblyman, the Senate unanimously signaling strong bipartisan support for the carrots and sticks solution to the state's housing crisis. The COG members, as a small part of this package that stands out, is the $250 million for local planning, half of which will be programmed through Regional Council of Governments. It's hard to describe how many it's hard to describe how significant this allocation is for regions. The Regional Housing Needs Assessment, RHNA, process has always been an unfunded mandate, requiring regions to cobble together a pathwork budget to allocate housing responsibilities with no corresponding incentives. The thought of being able to pair planning resources with a RHNA allocation has until now seemed an unattainable idea. What we got here? Itabari, how you doing, family? Hope I pronounce it right. So what are they saying? Something historical just happened. This has always been hard for them to get this done, but they just got it done. They've never had these things put together before. So I want to talk about what they're fixing to do here. What are they saying with this law? They're saying examples of pro-housing actions. What we got here? Fiscal incentives to encourage housing. Now they got a budget to encourage building houses. Okay, now they're going to reduce parking for residential houses. Y'all hear what I just said? They're going to reduce, meaning they're going to eliminate a whole lot of parking. So what does that mean? Currently, they say, oh, you can't build a house right here or apartment building right here because you got to have X amount of parking spaces per number of people in that building, or per number of people in this house, or per number of people in this apartment complex. So they'll say if you got a 50-unit apartment building, hypothetically speaking, you can't build it unless you got 100 parking spaces. Now they're saying we can reduce that. So they didn't say by how much, they said we can reduce it. Now a reduction could be completely. They can just eliminate it. Keisha, how you doing? They can basically just eliminate parking. So now you're going to start seeing a lot of brand new apartment buildings, brand new high rises, hotels with no parking. You hear what I'm saying, y'all? With no parking lots, no parking structure. It's going to be, you're going to buy a house with no garages on it. You're going to buy a condo, a townhouse with no garages. They're going to say this house is Uber friendly, Lyft friendly. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? Okay, so what do they say? Used by right. Stephanie, how you doing? Used by right for residential and mixed use. They saying you can use it for residential and mixed use, but really they only want mixed use. California do not want no more residential, meaning one house. They don't want one house on them existing lots. They want it to be apartment buildings, townhouses, condos only. Y'all hear what I just said? Oh, and by the way, I talk about this kind of stuff in my book. If y'all ain't got the book, you got to order the copy of this book, Monetizing Gentrification. ThomasTJLofton.com on my website, or you can cash at me, # Thomas TJ Lofton, and you'll see this little guy here on the app when it comes up, or sometime might not, but make sure it's spelled Loftin, Thomas TJ Lofton, Loftin, and make sure you type in your return address so I can send you a signed copy. Okay, so let's see. That's for my cash appers out there. Okay, let's see here. What else we gonna do with that? Exceed RHN requirements, residential property requirements. They're gonna exceed that. Reduce barriers for ADUs. What does that mean? They're gonna reduce barriers, things that's holding back. They're gonna stop some of these problems that they having with this, with the barriers that they have in place that's keeping people from building accessory dwelling units in their backyard. Mr. Booth is the truth. What's up, fam? Stacy, what's going on? They said they're gonna stop people from they no longer, Kathy, how you doing? They're no longer gonna have problems. They're gonna reduce barriers that's holding them back from building accessory dwelling units in the backyards of these houses. Meaning, what is that? You got a house already and you have a nice sized lot in your backyard. Your house sits on a nice sized lot, piece of land, if you don't know what a lot is. Your house sits on a nice sized piece of land, so there's enough room to build. So, for example, in Los Angeles, they have a lot of houses with garages that sit in the backyard. Then they have houses that just have large backyards, so they're saying if you have a large backyard, it's big enough to build an accessory dwelling unit, which is basically another house. You can build another house or another apartment, put an apartment building in your backyard. That's opening the door for them to put more people in these communities, because we cannot never forget, they said by 2050, they're going to have 10 million more people living in Southern California, family. Claudia, how you doing? Kathy, how you doing? They said by 2050, they're going to be 10 million more people living in Southern California. So what does that mean? It's already overpopulated as we speak right now. You got more people in California. That's why California has the world's busiest freeway. The I-405 is the world's busiest freeway. It's too many people on that freeway. They've been trying to widen it, but they can't widen it because it goes through Beverly Hills and Encino and all those wealthy communities. So they're having a hard time. So they're like, we can't get rid of these billionaires' houses, these multimillionaire. These guys are doctors, politicians, and Congress people. We can't take their houses to eminent domain them and tear them down so we can widen this freeway because there's too many of them. So they said it'll be easier to reduce it'll be easier to reduce the amount of cars that's out there. So now we're going to start building trains. We're going to start building, we're going to start phasing out automobiles. They're going to phase out cars. Okay. So that's what they mean by reducing barriers for ADUs. They're going to open the door up for the people to build apartments in their backyard. So now you got regular neighbors on your block who all of a sudden are going to start putting up 2-plexes, 3-plexes in their backyard. Now you're going to have a whole lot more cars parked on your street. You hear what I just said? So if they already have a car, they're reducing it to where you don't have to have, they're going to reduce the amount of cars that you can have to make it easier to build. So now they're saying basically you can build a triplex apartment building behind your house, and we're not going to put laws on it to where you got to have 6 or 7, 8 cars. You don't have to have any cars because they just passed that law. They reducing that down to next to anything, nothing. So they're phasing out cars. Let's keep on reading. Let me see. They're going to reduce permits processing time. They're reducing permit processing time, family. That means they're not going to give people a hard time. At least white people, they're not going to give white people, they're not going to give people a hard time building houses. So whenever you need permits, they're going to reduce that, meaning they're going to make it easier for people to throw up cheaper houses real fast. They're going to pass laws to where they didn't pass the law, said it ain't going to be no problem for you builders. Y'all hear what I just said? You builders can come in here and do what y'all need to do. We're going to get y'all in and out so y'all can build these houses faster because we really need these houses. Okay, what else we got? What we got? So setbacks and easements are included. You know what they're going to do? Yeah, all of that's included. They're going to pass, they didn't pass the law saying nothing that got to do with building is going to be a problem at all. So setbacks, okay, people, y'all wondering, Missy Lane's a builder. She's a real estate person like myself. So let's talk about setbacks. Setbacks is how far you got to set that house back from the sidewalk, for example. And then an easement is like a driveway or something in between the property. So if they're phasing out cars, that means you don't need a driveway anymore. So that means you can go build a house, bigger houses on these lots. That's what they're doing. So they can build bigger houses on the lots. And instead of the house having to be set back 20 feet from the sidewalk, now the house probably can be sitting right there at the sidewalk, 2 feet from the sidewalk. You hear what I'm saying, y'all? Meaning more room to build a bigger assisted dwelling unit in the backyard. They got more room to do that now. That's what they're doing. So eventually, you know what they're going to do, family? This opens the door for them to where the setbacks, they say you got to have the house 20 feet from the sidewalk. No, maybe 10 feet from the sidewalk. And it got to be 5 feet from the wall on the side of you. Every neighborhood, that's different. Every state, that's different. So fast forward the story, every city, that's different. So now, because of this law, they may say, oh, we're going to let you build all the way on top of the property line, make it look like apartments joined together. You hear what I just said, y'all? You don't have to have, we're not worried about setbacks anymore. We're not worried about easements anymore because we're phasing out cars. So AJ, how you doing, fam? Take your notes, Miss Kathy. Y'all take notes because we need to learn about this stuff. What's going on? Marifa, how you doing, family? Hope I pronounced it right. You know what I'm saying? So what are they doing? We're no longer worried about easements and setbacks. See, as a real estate person, y'all, as a builder, I'm over here doing backflips. I'm like, wow, for real? This is exciting. This is like major. So what is this compatible to? What is this compatible to? This is like those of you who have a job. It's like, imagine your job telling you, oh, mandatory raises of $25 every month. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to get a mandatory raise. You don't never have to sue us anymore. You don't have to complain because the raises are mandatory. Mandatory, you don't have to ask for breaks anymore. You can take as long as you want. You know what I'm saying? I know your lunch breaks are normally 30 minutes or an hour. We just got away. We got away from all of that. We want y'all to be happy. So you work as long as you want. And if you feel you need a 3-hour lunch break, you take it, and it ain't gonna count against you. You still get paid the same. So that's exciting. That would be exciting for you. It would make you never want to leave your job, right? We got a lot of people who say they got cushy jobs and they don't want to leave. Who we got here? Annette, how you doing, family? So that's kind of like the same thing for a builder. No setbacks. I can build this house right on top of the sidewalk. I can have my front porch step come out my front door and hit the front step, and then the next step is the sidewalk. As a build, now personally, I would never want nothing like that. I wouldn't want no house that close to the sidewalk. But as a builder, that opens the door for me to build a bigger house, a bigger apartment building right on top of the sidewalk. I can build it right on top of the property line, and we can make all the house, instead of having 10 feet between each house, literally, now we connecting the houses together like Philadelphia is. Y'all hear what I just said? Philly, the houses are connected. That opens the door for row houses in California, it seems like. They ain't said it yet, but trust me, if you start seeing row houses being in California, it came from this law that they just passed, AB 101. They gonna open the door for row houses in California to where the houses are connected together. Don't be surprised when you start seeing that, family, because they're saying, look, the land that the houses, the land, California's land is too expensive. It's too many people want to live in California that got money. You hear what I just said, y'all? Wealthy people want to live in California. People making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 and up, saying, I want that amazing weather in California. I don't want no 90 degrees. I don't want no hurricane weather. I don't want no snow. We want to live in California. Y'all don't have to deal with none of that. And y'all sitting there thinking, California got earthquakes and stuff. The only time California really got earthquakes is when they fracking. Y'all know what I'm saying? They passed a lawsuit. They filed a lawsuit against fracking, and all of a sudden the earthquake stopped. Y'all hear what I just said? Yeah, but we're gonna leave that right there because we got to look at if they had earthquakes in California, why is California real estate the most expensive in America? Y'all, I'm gonna leave that right there. I want y'all to think about that. If California has so many earthquakes and it's so dangerous and you're scared to live there, why is California's real estate the most expensive in America? Ain't no dang earthquakes in California. They building underground. They building trains and all that, and they dynamiting the ground. They're dynamiting tunnels so your house shakes. Do you think they're going to tell you when your house shakes, it cracks? Now, if they said, oh, we're underground building brand new metros or MARTAs or whatever you call it. In California, it's called Metro, and Georgia's called MARTA. So if they said, oh, we were building underground, we're working on that brand new train for the Metro, and we were dynamiting, we ran into some hard rock, and while we were dynamiting, we had to use a lot, and we accidentally messed up about 50,000 people's houses that sat above us because that big dynamite shook too many houses and made them crack. Lawsuit. Y'all hear what I just said? Lawsuits will be flying. You'll have 50,000 people saying, we're going to sue Metro because we know y'all underground building trains, and y'all just that dynamite explosion y'all did, y'all cracked my house. Y'all made my pool crack. It's leaking water now. Y'all messed up this. So they don't tell y'all about that. So what else is going on? Chills, what's going on, good brother? One of my OG homeboys I grew up with there. Day one. So anyway, what else is going on? They saying that people thinking, oh, it's earthquakes in California. No. So if they don't tell you that they're drilling for trains and they're drilling underground for oil, then you can't sue nobody. But if they say, oh, it was an earthquake, then what happens then? Then you say, oh man, I should have got earthquake insurance. I knew I should have got. I never got it. It's too expensive. You S out of luck. You shit out of luck, literally. I heard what I just said. Excuse me for cussing. I hope I didn't offend nobody, but you're S out of luck if you didn't have insurance. So think about it, y'all. They making money all over. So anyway, let me keep this going, y'all. I was just trying to break this down for y'all so y'all can understand what's going on. If California's real estate if California has so many earthquakes and it's so unsafe, why do all wealthy people want to live there? Why do people who living in California are going to have to make $300,000-$400,000 and up? You see what I'm saying, family? Why is that? Because of the best weather. California has the best weather in America, family. Trust me. California don't have all these big old flying roaches and big giant storms coming through, state of emergencies. California don't go through stuff like that. So anyway, that's enough about that. So what else we got here? They use objective development standards. They turn around and making it very easy to build. What are they doing? Reducing impact fees. Okay, so what is an impact fee? What is an impact fee? An impact fee is when they decide we're going to build a brand new hotel. We're going to build a brand new neighborhood over here on this street here in South Central on Western Avenue. They're going to have to fill out an impact report, meaning what is the impact that it's going to create? How is us building 300 houses where where it used to be 10 houses at? Maybe 10 people had a warehouse or something, space or something like that. And now there's enough to build 300 houses. So they have to run an impact report, which they're going to pay the city to go out and do an impact report and figure out, well, if they build in 300 houses, your average house has a 2-car garage, right? Your average California person has 2 cars. So that means if they build in 300 houses, that means there's going to be 600 cars, possibly minimum of 600 cars that's going to be driving down Western Avenue, hypothetically speaking, in California, because they're going to build 300 new houses. So what does that mean? It's too many cars coming through there. It's too much. They're going to say they say it's going to be a bad impact. We can't build these houses, hypothetically speaking. But my point is, those impact reports cost a lot of money and they take too long. You got to wait in line to turn around. You go to the city, say, hey, I want to build 300 houses over there on Western Boulevard Western Avenue, because we just bought, an old warehouse and we tearing it down and we're going to build 300 houses. So we need the next process is do an impact report to make sure that we can build that with no problem. What's the impact going to be on that community? City going to say, fill out the application. You got to wait in line. It's going to take 6 months to figure that out. And it's going to cost you $22,000 to create an impact report for Western Avenue to bring in approximately 600 cars minimum. So now they're reducing that. They're saying it ain't going to really cost you anything. We're going to reduce all of that. See, Donald Trump is a land developer, right? He's building houses from the ground up all around the world with his name on it. He's building golf courses all around the world with his name on it. He's building hotels all around the world with his name on it. So he's a developer. So he's making it easier for him and his people to go, and people like me and people who are into the real estate investments, he's making it very easy for us to turn around and build. And, real sidebar real quick, I want to talk about something. There's a thing going on, a paper, something being shared on Facebook, talking about, if you eat at McDonald's and Burger King and all these different restaurants, then you supporting Donald Trump's reelection, because all of these people are paying money into Donald Trump's reelection. Well, let me hit y'all with something even deeper than that. If you're living in brand new houses, if you're planning on buying a brand new house and you cutting Kaufman and Broad or one of these developers a check to get you a brand new house, then you're contributing into Donald Trump's reelection, because every developer in America supports what Donald Trump is doing right now. Y'all hear what I just said? Because it's like candy. It's like they like kids in a candy store, because he's helping them to get wealthy. Y'all hear what I just said? Not get rich. He's going to make sure all developers that are building houses become wealthy. Y'all hear what I just said? That's what he's doing. So these guys if you buying brand new houses, if you in Home Depot and you buying brand new toilets and brand new stuff to fix up your old house, then you're supporting Donald Trump. So I just wanted to throw that out there to y'all, let y'all know how that works. Anybody that got to do with anything with building houses or filling a house with stuff and things, furniture, mirrors on the wall, refrigerators, stoves, dishwashers, back gates, side gardens, plumbing. All of these people support Donald Trump, y'all. You think he ain't getting reelected, then you crazy. All of these people is going to support Donald Trump because it has never been so before to build a house from the ground up. It has never been so easy to gentrify America. Kevin, what's up, brother? It has never been so easy to gentrify an area or to build ever. So Donald Trump he knows how building works. So this is the first time we really had a carpenter in the White House, and he is making sure that his people are straight. So notice the first thing Donald Trump did when he got in office. Remember what Donald Trump was doing before he came to office was he said, make me president, I'm gonna put a wall up. Everybody like, what the hell is he talking about? Why would he want to put a wall up? Everybody looking at Donald Trump crazy. So he's telling us all these stories about, these Hispanics are gangsters, they're criminals, they're drug dealers, they're bringing cocaine over here and they're making our prison population go up and it's costing us too much money. We got to get rid of them. Coconut water. But that ain't even coconut water. I done drunk the coconut water out now. I got some alkaline water in that bottle. Let me quit fronting. But I do got a coconut in the refrigerator. Jessica, how you doing? So anyway, let me finish my story about Donald Trump and his wall. Donald Trump said, make me president and I'm going to put a wall up and keep the Hispanics from coming over here. So as a developer, that was subliminal messages for me. I'm like, ooh, Hispanics dominate carpentry. They're not coming over here to America saying, I got a degree, let me get a job. They're not coming over here saying, I got my doctorate, I got my master's degree, can I get a job? And I want to sit up in this cushy office. Hispanics is coming over here saying, I see y'all over here doing gentrification. I see y'all over here passing all these laws, making it easier to build. We moving to America because we got the trades. Hispanics saying they got the trades, so they coming over here and they coming for them jobs. They coming over here not just for the jobs. They're saying they're developers in Mexico. Now they want to come over to America and build. So now America, the white man, has competition. His competition is too serious. So what did they decide to do? They said, if we can get rid of the Hispanics, then we can. Hispanics come in and low bid the prices. White people come in, they pull out their stuff, throw it on the table, be like, y'all already know what I'm talking about. They come in to screw you. White people come in, they like, look, yesterday it used to be $75 a square foot to build a house, but today, since Donald Trump's president, we want $300. Just like George Bush came into office, gas was 99 cents a gallon. Then all of a sudden it went to $5 almost a gallon. Y'all hear what I just said? Same thing happened in construction. So what happens when the labor goes up? They said they building at this much money, $30, $75 a square foot. Now they jumping it to $300 a square foot. So if the labor goes up because they getting rid of the Hispanics, they getting rid of the Hispanics, making it illegal for them to be over here, meaning they can't compete against us anymore. So now they getting rid of all the competition. Y'all hear what I just said? They removing all the competition because they know it is a very small percentage of African Americans or black people who know how to swing a hammer, who know how to do plumbing, who know how to lay a pipe, because black folks do not want their children swinging hammers because it's too embarrassing. It reminds them of slavery. So they're too proud. Our people are too proud. Most people want their children to have a degree, so that they can say they went to Howard, they went to Morehouse, or whatever it is. They went to this black college and they're honored now. But the reality is they ain't making no money. These developers, Teresa, how you doing? These developers, the Hispanic said, you know how to swing a hammer, you'll always eat. You'll never be broke. That's their motto. So the majority of their people are carpenters. They know how to build. So now that's why you got big old lines of people trying to move to America. That's why Donald Trump said we're gonna have to put a wall up. We got to put a wall up because he's trying to stop all the competition from coming over here to America. So now they say they get the wall up. They pass all these laws. ICE is on the move, arresting people like crazy, taking their babies, separating them. That is all a power move to make you not want to come over here and stop bringing the competition. Black people got more degrees than a thermometer. Woo-hoo, Missy Lane, you broke that down, didn't you? That's a damn shame. See, but America came in, they was real smart about it, y'all. These cats is playing a long game. They said, we're going to create something that ain't real, and we're going to make you think that it's amazing. We're going to create something that ain't real, and we're going to put so much value on it that you're going to think that this is the best thing that we got, and everybody's going to require you to use it. So everybody got on board. We're no longer going to give black people jobs without making them pay for it first. That's what they did. Back in the days, people used to just walk in off the street, get a job at the corporation, Toyota Motors or Ford or Chrysler or Cadillac, whatever, walk right in out of high school, get a job making $50,000, $60,000 a year, and they will train you. Y'all hear what I just said? Now they're like, oh, you got to go to college first. You got to get your doctorate to get this job at McDonald's. Y'all hear what I just said? Now I'm going to leave that right there. I want y'all to think about that. The longer the game goes, the worse the game gets. So now black folks they falling for the okie doke. Oh, if you want some like what Baby said back in the days, the American government said, if you want a job, you're gonna have to put some respect on your name. You're gonna have to put some respect on your name and put that word doctor in front of it so we'll recognize you. Because if you ain't got that word doctor, if you ain't went to one of these prestigious colleges, I call it, I hope I ain't finna offend nobody because I'm finna throw it out there. I call it the employee training camps. Colleges, that's what they are, because they creating a whole lot of employees, and that's just 100, y'all. I'm not gonna baby y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all the one. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. It's employee training camps. You coming from these black universities, you coming from these universities, and you looking for a job. You done been to an employee training camp, and you paid to get a job. That's exactly what's going on. So now they've convinced black people you have to pay to get you a job. You gotta have this. You gotta have some respect on your name for us to respect you. So for decades, people have went and got these doctors. They went and got the word professor. I'm gonna leave that right there, y'all. So now black folks got all this education, and now it's reversing on them. Now they can't find jobs no more. They're moving all over the country, but yet it's construction all over America. It's so much construction going on. They do not have enough people to do the work, y'all. Do y'all hear what I just said? If you coming out of school and you saying, hey, I got my degree and I'm looking for a job, I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor in math. I'm a doctor in whatever it is. I want a job. They're going to look at you and say, stand in line. Good luck. Oh, we'll call you. Don't call us. Ain't nobody fighting for you. That ain't guarantee you no job. And I'm not here hating on you. I'm just going to make an example. What's going on now? People who coming home from who not coming home from school, people who coming in off the street saying my dad was a carpenter and he taught me how to build houses from the ground up. They're like, you hired. You hear what I just said? We'll pay you $50,000, $60,000 a year for starters, and you can work your way up because you're highly sought after. Then you will have people showing up to the job site trying to kidnap you. How much he paying you over here? Oh, he paying me $60,000. I'll give you $75,000. I need you to come over here because we're about to build 250 houses that's starting off at 1.2 million a piece. So I don't have time to play. I'll pay you $75,000 a year to help us build these houses. You hear what I'm saying? Because California just passed a law where they got to build 25% more new houses. Y'all hear what I just said? Now, what does that mean? California gonna build 10 million more houses by 2050. So trust me, you'll have a good job with me up until 2050. Y'all hear what I just said? You're guaranteed to make great money with me up until 2050. And after that, I don't know what's gonna happen. But long story short, I desperately need the help. So please come work for me. You got people who are being flown around, who are being flown in from different countries that are carpenters. Y'all hear what I just said? They are bringing people in from foreign countries that know how to swing a hammer, but the people who live here are having a hard. They don't want black people to have carpenter job, by the way. Let me just throw that out there. As a carpenter, you may not find a job as a carpenter. Family, I know this is one of my sayings, but as a carpenter, you can become wealthy if you start a business in carpentry. So that's why I'm talking right now. This is a green light. Oh, let me tell y'all the last one real quick. I'm reading this new law that they just passed. It's called AB 101 or something like that. Let me go back to the top real quick. AB 101. They breaking the game down. 101. Think about it, family. What is entrepreneurship 101? They made it AB 101. They finna break it down. So what are we doing here? Let me tell y'all the last one real quick. Create work for. Oh, I appreciate that Cash App. I just saw that. I appreciate it. If y'all want to send a Cash App to me for sharing this great information with y'all, y'all more than welcome to. I appreciate whoever just sent me that last Cash App. I think I saw one earlier too. What is it? Money sign Thomas TJ Lofton. That's LOFTIN. Okay, so what is the last thing they're gonna do? One of the last things they're gonna do here: create a workforce housing opportunity zones. They're creating workforce. They're creating houses in the opportunity zones, meaning in black neighborhoods, because all opportunity zones are in black neighborhoods, meaning they're going to build affordable housing for their employees. They're creating a workforce housing opportunity zone. They're building areas for their employees can live locally, where they don't have to bus their employees in from Mexico. They ain't got to bring them in from the Antelope Valley or from Riverside. You know what I'm saying? While you're in California, but this is going on all over the country. So California will turn around and pass a law, and the rest of the country will follow. So if you're watching this and you wonder, teacher, what does this have to do with me? I live in Idaho. I live in Tennessee. I live in Mississippi. Matter of fact, I got some friends that lived in Tennessee that just left because Tennessee is booming. It's out of control with them high prices out there. That was one of the first cities that they started gentrifying first and started building up. And it got so expensive. People been getting up out of there like crazy. So anyway, long story short, family, wherever there's a problem, there's always a solution. So who's making the real money right now? The carpenters are. Anybody who knows how to swing a hammer is making more money than your doctors, your lawyers, your engineers, and everybody else. I will drop something weekly. I know I be on here religiously. I appreciate that. So what's going on, family? Society is changing. The world is changing, family. You want your children to be a doctor. You want your children to be an engineer. Now, I'm not saying we don't need these things anymore, because we always need we need black doctors to tell us that these folks is trying to poison us. These folks is giving us bad medicine that's killing people. We need y'all to tell us that this is happening. We need black scientists, because we need to know that, hey, they messing up the food. This food is no good that y'all eating. We need to know that. So we need scientists, and we need attorneys to file lawsuits against them, because that's the only thing that they understand is lawsuits. America understands the word lawsuit very clearly. They don't give a crap about you shooting at them. They don't care about you getting mad at them, protesting. They don't care about all that. All they understand is lawsuits. It's going to affect their bottom line, because lawsuits usually come with a settlement agreement attached to it. Your Honor, we suing these people for $1 billion, and here's why. Oh, they don't like when you do that, but that's what they understand. So yes, we need attorneys all day, every day. But here's the thing: we need attorneys. We need black attorneys that don't have no student loans, because too many of our attorneys go straight to work at the courthouse and become public defenders, and they start their first 5 or 6, 3 or 4 years off prosecuting innocent black people. They getting paid to lose. Y'all hear what I just said? Blacks want to work and compete for limited office jobs. Exactly. That don't make no sense, y'all. And it's become like a religion. You know, talking about college is like talking about religion. I have to be careful what I'm saying about college, because boy, you most likely will piss somebody off, because somebody in the room got their education and they talk about, oh, I went to college and it worked out for me, and I don't know what you don't know what you talking about. Well, let me tell you, I do know exactly what I'm talking about. Why do I know what I'm talking about? Because most of those college students got student loans and they are not homeowners. So if you are not a homeowner, I don't care what you're doing. If you're not a homeowner, you're most likely opened up for gentrification. You will be pushed out and pushed out again until you keep getting pushed out until you end up homeless. And that's what's going on. For the first time in history, we got a different kind of homeless people. Back in the days, we had homeless people that were alcoholics and homeless people that were on drugs. That's where our homeless people came from. And then when you saw them on the streets, you knew exactly who that was. That's Mr. Johnson. He didn't mess up his family because he always drinking too much. That's Mrs. Such and such. She didn't mess up her life when she started getting on crack cocaine. So now we got a different, Marcella, how you doing? Now we got a different kind of homeless person. We have a homeless person that has a degree from college, been to a nice university, and came home and became a teacher, and they only making $40,000 a year. You see what I'm saying? And now they got 3 or 4 babies, and they can't afford to rent nothing. So they end up going homeless, y'all. Y'all hear what I just said? That's why they're trying to do something special for teachers, but the reality is they don't like teachers. They're like, so what? We don't care about you. Wild facts that working now and have education. Exactly. So now we got a new kind of homeless. We got a new kind of homeless, meaning we got educated people who's been to a nice college, did everything right. They did everything the American way. They went and got them they went to school and got them a good education. They got the word doctor in front of their name. They got some respect on their name. Y'all see what I'm saying? They got some respect on their name. And America looks up, ooh, y'all smart. Go online and type in black people education. Black people are the smartest damn people in America. You know what I'm saying? Black women got the highest student loan debt in America, but yet we don't make up the masses of the people who's out here, family. So I want y'all to think about that. Why is it possible that black people got more student loan debt than any other person? Black women have more student loan debt than any other race in America. That shouldn't even be possible. Black women are the most smartest people in America. But anyway, we're going to leave that right there. So first of all, now we got a whole lot of homeless black women, homeless black men, homeless black families with college degrees. They all wake up in the morning, they get up out of their tent and zip their tent up with their 4 children, and they turn around and go to 24-hour fitness and take a shower, get dressed, take a shower, drop the children off at school and say, don't you tell nobody we living over there on Skid Row in a tent. Don't you tell them. You hear me? You hear me? Y'all understand what I said? Don't tell nobody where you live at. And if they do, they're going to take your children from you. They're going to take y'all from us. So don't tell nobody where you live, okay? And the children are being retrained in school. Don't you tell nobody where you live at. So now they get up and they go to work. Drop the children off school, they go to work. That's terrible. It's wrong. They're sitting there thinking, I did everything right. This don't make no sense. That's a problem, family. That's a real problem. So they're sitting there like, I got a degree. I did everything right. I'm a doctor, but I can't find no job. And the job that I got, I had to take a job as a school teacher. And every opportunity they get, they cut my pay. They cut all our pays. We got to protest every other week. So anyway, fast forward the story. The highest paid people before this game is over, before Donald Trump leaves, the highest paid people are going to be carpenters, family. Y'all hear what I just said? If you have a plumber's license, if you have a carpenter license, if you have a license to do drywall, to do tile walls, tile floors, if you know how to lay marble, you ain't got to have no license for these things, by the way. You ain't got to have no license for these things. If you know how to lay tile, if you know how to lay marble, Kevin, how you doing? If you know how to lay marble, if you know how to lay granite, if you know how to do drywall, if you know how to do roofs, if you know how to do any of that stuff, Larry Lovell, if you know how to do any of that stuff, you are a high paid person. You got value. You have so much value in you. So people look at me. Let me tell you an example of value. I am a celebrity car builder as well as a house builder. I know how to do everything. So I can walk out today and show up on a construction site and get a job tomorrow. Y'all hear what I just said? I will be working. I can call off to another state and say, hey, I'm a builder. I'm a developer. I'm finna come out there and build some houses. But they don't want me come and build no houses, so they'll offer me a job real quick. Y'all hear what I just said? I have land development knowledge in my head. stuff that I did not have to go to school for. Y'all hear what I just said? I took a training class. That's it. I'm sorry, I took a training class, but most of my stuff was handed down to me by other people, by my granddad and others with my little red toolbox. So when I tell people my credentials, they're going to say, show me. Okay, boom. I go over there and do this and I do that. They say, what is this? And what is that? And I break it down. Oh, that's a such and such. That's an HVAC system. What's this hose here? Oh, that's the system that connects to that. Oh, you're hired. Boom, you're hired. I tell them, hey, TJ, they say, hey, what about cars? What do you know about cars? Oh, that's a Corvette engine LS1. That's about a 80, that's about a 95 through about a 99. That's about 95, 99. You're hired. Because I recognize, I know what this stuff is. So if I know what it is, that means I know how to work on it. So you're hired. Now, you got people coming home from school saying, hey, I got my piece of paper, my degree is, I went to Morehouse and I graduated. I was the #1 in the class, blah, blah, blah. Well, fill out the application, we'll throw it in the back, but we ain't really hiring right now. But I heard they hiring in Tennessee somewhere. You might want to try to move to Tennessee. It's expensive out there. But they hiring. You may end up in an apartment. You may end up being gentrified and pushed out further and further, but they hiring out there. The union apprentice programs is a great investment. Absolutely. So family, I'm not here to blast you. I'm just here to educate you, y'all. I know you worked hard to get your degrees. I know you're probably halfway through school, but to keep it 100 with y'all, we ain't been sharing information, family. People ain't telling us that they ain't found no jobs with these degrees yet. But I'm not trying to talk about you about it. It's not your fault. You just don't understand what's going on, which is why I wrote this book, Monetizing Gentrification, Building Black Ownership, and which is also why I'm doing these Facebook Lives, which is why I get paid, why I'm speaking all over the country, because I'm telling people what's really going on. Society is changing. And the new wealthy is going to be the people who know how to swing a hammer with a trade. The people who got trades are the people who got all the money. So what is the solution to this problem that I'm talking about? Put your son and your daughter into a carpentry class. I don't care what you're teaching them, whether they learn. Go take some free classes at Home Depot. Go take some free classes at Lowe's. Learn how to hang a TV on the wall. Learn how to hang ceiling fans. Learn how to do electricity. You see what I'm saying? Learn how to do grass. Go buy a lawnmower and start cutting. Have your son start cutting grass today and tell him to open a business. And by tomorrow, he'll be a celebrity gardener. About to share this live. I appreciate y'all. If y'all can share this live, I appreciate that. Share with all your friends. If y'all like to leave a Cash App or something like that, donation, so I can keep doing this and sharing this information with y'all, it's # Thomas TJ Loftin. That's LOFTIN. If y'all like to buy a copy of my book, you can go to my website, ThomasTJLoftin.com, LOFTIN, Thomas TJ Loftin, and pick you up a copy, $32. I'm sorry, the Cash App is $32. Please put your address on there, your return address, so I can send you a signed copy. And it's also $32 on what is it called? My website, ThomasTJLoftin.com. And I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to share and help out my family. So I will be speaking at the We Buy Black conference next month in Atlanta, Georgia. Where is that at? Georgia International Conference Center or something like that. Georgia International Congress Center or something like that. But anyway, you can pull it up on We Buy Black. I'll be out there dropping some boulders, family. We got a lot to talk about. But we got a lot of solutions for it, family. Entrepreneurship is the way. And see, I've been trying to wait till I get to the conference before I can just drop some of these major boulders. But the reality is we got thousands of people going homeless by the day that don't know. We got people I got people who will actually call me and say, TJ, I just sold my mom's house and my cut was $250,000. Do you think I should pay that money to get my daughter a degree? I'm like, hell no. Excuse my language. Instagram, you're about to go out. I appreciate y'all looking me up. ThomasTJLoftin.com. Also go to my YouTube page and click subscribe. ThomasTJLoftin.com. 310-619-3954 if you're interested in booking me to come out to your city or state to speak. All right, family. I appreciate my Instagrammers. And I'm about to shut it down. Anybody got any questions for me? Oh, let me see. Blacks don't get right degrees. Last week I met an 83-year-old plumber. He said he learned a trade. 83-year-old plumber. Last week he met an 83-year-old plumber. He said he learned the trade from friends who were master plumbers when he was in the Air Force. Man, he got mad education. Antonio, that boo in the house. That's one of my day ones there, y'all. He said he learned how to do plumbing from some master plumbers, y'all. That's the same thing with me. I learned how to do that stuff from some master teachers too, but that's why we're able to make money. That man will make money. He will always have money because he has a trade. You want a job. I'm sorry. You want an education that you don't have to go look for a job. Jobs will look for you. Y'all hear what I just said? You want an education where you don't have to go look for a job. Jobs will look for you. I get people offering me a job all the time because they see I'm an entrepreneur. I'm coming in there building. I'm saying, hey, I come in there and I'll charge you to build a house. I'll charge you to build your car for you. As soon as people find out I know how to do all this kind of stuff, they be like, hey, you want a job? You're like, hell no, I don't want no job. Excuse my language. Because they desperate. They need people that can do this. I can make it worth your while. I bet you can. I bet you can't. You can't pay me enough because I know the game. I can go open up another car shop. I can go open up a construction company because I know the game. So do you think I want to help you make billions of more dollars when I can do this myself? That's why I'm out here teaching people how to do this game myself. That's why I wrote this book. You see what I'm saying? The amount of money you willing to pay me, I can do that in book sales. Y'all hear what I just said? So you got to know value. You see what I'm saying? So most people say, man, I'll give you $180,000 to come over here and help me build these houses I'm selling for $1.8 million. I'm gonna start off at 1.2, and when I'm done, I'm gonna be getting 1.8 million for them houses. Okay, well, you won't pay me 180. Well, I'm gonna sell enough books where I'm gonna probably make about 180,000 selling books, if not $500,000. So they look at you crazy and say, oh, well, he really know the game because he understands what he knows has value in it. So this is why I'm teaching people the game, family. This is why I'm doing training classes. This is why I coach people, teaching them the real game. So just like brother said on my YouTube over here, brother King Tao, he said that he met an 83-year-old plumber and he learned the plumbing game from some master teachers. So that's the same thing. I'm a master teacher that I've been called. I'm a professor, a doctor, or whatever they call me, all these different titles. But the reality is I'm a guru at what I do, family. So if you want to be coached by me and you want me to teach you this game to where you will always be on top of the world, living very well, because you know how to make money, you know how to monetize situations that you see. You riding down the street and you see a vacant lot, you be like, that's a great place for a strip mall. You ride down the street and you see a vacant lot, you say that'll be an amazing place to build a brand new house right there. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I see a residential building over here. I mean, a commercial building. That'll be a great place to open up whatever it is to open up there, and we're gonna make $1 million plus off of that. That's what you come to me to learn, family. It ain't about getting a good job no more. It's about becoming wealthy, successful. You know what I'm saying? It's about entrepreneurship. That's what it's all about. It's no longer about go to college, get a good job. It's about finding a coach named TJ and let him teach you the game so I can learn how to make $1 million and be successful. That's what it is. And think about it, family. A lot of people say, oh, that's a lot of money. Oh, you putting too much on it. Family, if the houses at median home price in LA is $750,000, $1 million ain't nothing. You can sell 2 houses, make $1 million. So cut it out. Y'all got to understand what's going on. The median home price clear across America is $300,000 and $400,000. Your average college student do not qualify to purchase a home, family. Clear across the country, in every major city, your college students cannot afford to buy a home, family. That's the part colleges don't talk about. But I'm going to leave that right there. So if y'all like to get a copy of the book, Monetizing Gentrification, y'all can cash at me. at money sign Thomas TJ Lofton. That's LOFTIN. And I'll send you. Make sure you put your return address on there. Jaquil Constant, what's going on, good brother? Make sure you put your return address on there, and I can send you a copy of my book, Monetizing Gentrification, which breaks a lot of this stuff down and offers solutions, family. This book is blown up. This book is all over the place. That's why I'm still talking about gentrification. What's going on? Amasis, what's going on, good brother? So make sure you put your return address on there. Thomas TJ, money sign Thomas TJ Lofton. I'll send you a signed copy, or you can go to my website, thomastjlofton.com, or please subscribe to my YouTube page or my Instagram, my Facebook. Thomas TJ Lofton is on my social media. If you like to bring me to your city, state, or your country to speak, please come on, make that phone call, 310-619-3954. If I don't answer, leave a message. I will call you back. Area code 310-619-3954. Other than that, family, please reach out to me and support. Oh, if you in Atlanta, Georgia, this month on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, I'll be speaking at the We Buy Black conference. And let's not forget, I also have a training class coming up on on this coming Tuesday in Atlanta, Georgia. I'll be upstairs from Tassili's at the I Am Ascension Temple. It's called the I Am Ascension Temple, or the ATL. I Am ATL. I'll be upstairs giving a presentation from 6 o'clock to 8:30. Because why am I doing that? Because it's getting bad out here. It's bad out here in Georgia. I came out here in 2016. They had $15,000 houses behind to see these raw food reality. I come back out here in 2019. Them same houses, $350. Y'all heard what I just said? There was $15,000 in 2016. Now here we go, 2019. Them same houses, $350,000. So why do you think I'm out here teaching people this game? Because people are being pushed out like crazy. They said they didn't see that happen. It just happened so fast. So anyway, family, I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. If y'all like to support, y'all can make a donation at that Cash App, money sign Thomas TJ Lofton. Help sponsor a seat. Go to my website and you can register for that event. It's only $25 today, and it's $30 at the door. So get that early bird registration. $25 today. Go to thomastjlofton.com and you can register for that event. And it's on my Facebook page, by the way, if you want to go ahead on there and register. Or it's under Eventbrite. It's called Building Black Ownership. Again, this Tuesday, 6 to 8:30 p.m., I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia, upstairs from Tassili's Raw Food Reality at 1057 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard. I'll be upstairs in the I Am Ascension Temple doing a presentation. We're going to be doing a lot of talking about real estate, what's going on, solutions, because people got a lot of issues all across the country, simple questions that they need answers to, but you ask the wrong person. It's a very difficult question because homelessness is at an all-time high. So anyway, reach out to me, family. Go ahead and register for that event. It is a small venue, and that's why I've been there. I'll be there for I've been there last week. This is going to be the second week, and the next week is going to be the last one after that. Victor Jones, what's going on? Replay that for me. I appreciate you. Come on out, register for that, family. If you're interested in some training, if you're interested in coaching and you want me to teach you the game, you're saying, hey, I don't want to put my child through college. I don't want to put myself through college, or I already been through college and it ain't work out for me. But now I want you to coach me and teach me the game, because you see the value in learning from me, a person who's been in this game since day one, who've been knowing about this stuff. This is why I was able to write this book ahead of time. People was like, what is gentrification? Now people was like, gentrification forced us out. The same people. I wish I would have listened to you 3-4 years ago when you was giving those classes, telling us about it. Now it didn't push us out because we didn't see it coming, but you was trying to tell us about it back then. So I can teach y'all the game and show you how to make wealth in this stuff and help you tap into this real estate world, family. Help you tap into this entrepreneurship world. So reach out to me, thomastjlofton.com or 310-619-3954. Family, I appreciate y'all. So if you care, please share. Please share this with your friends and family. If you don't need it because you got your game straight and tight, please share my information with your friends, family. I appreciate y'all. Peace.